Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Yada Vidya Vilasena Bhuta Bhautika Srashtaya Tam Naumi Paramatmanam Sachidananda Vigraham. So any questions, clarifications, or it's all fine?
So Swamiji, if I may ask just one question.
Yeah.
So we have gotten this far because of the samashti prarabdha karma of all the jivas, is that correct?
In a way, yes, yes. Samashti which have not been, look at it, it is samashti all right. But out of the samashti, a certain amount has become prarabdha. Samashti prarabdha.
Samashti
Not
prarabdha,
sanchita,
yes.
not samashti sanchita.
Correct.
Samashti prarabdha. See, at any time in the creation, the samashti prarabdha is at work. Because it's not only my prarabdha, your prarabdha, everyone's prarabdha. The whole intermingling is a matrix of karma. So the samashti, the totality is always at work. Yeah. Therefore, even when after the pralaya, when the new cycle of creation starts, again the same principle will be involved. That's why everyone may not be born at the same time. Some may not have the prarabdha to be born in Satya Yuga. Yeah. They don't deserve to see all the rishis, etc. So be born in Kali only. Wait, some more time. Yeah. And it is not that everything is fine in Satya Yoga, okay? Your problems there also. Every yuga has its own problems. Okay. Treta Yuga, Rama, Ravana was also there. Na? The Rakshasas were also there. Na? It is better to have our local terrorists around. They are easier to handle. Yeah. We can know and deal with them. We don't need Rama to come. Local characters. So, in fact, at any time, creation is sustained by the dynamic balance of dharmic and adharmic forces on earth. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. I think we saw the superior and inferior Sukshma Shariras. Did we see that part? No. Yeah. Okay.
We have to start that. Swamiji.
Okay. All right. Let's start. Okay. पूर्ववृत्ते अपि अपञ्चीकृतभूतलिङ्गशरीरं परलोकयात्रानिर्वाहिकं मोक्षपर्यन्तस्थायी मनोबुद्धि अभियुक्त उपेतं ज्ञानेन्द्रियपञ्चकं कर्मेन्द्रियपञ्चकं प्राणादिपञ्चकं संयुक्तः जायते. Now he is describing your Sukshma Sharira or your Linga Sharira. What is that? Purvoktaihi apanchīkrita bhūtaihi jātam. That which is born because of the apanchīkrita mahabhutas, the tanmatras, before they underwent a grossification. Both having sattva and rajas in it. What is the function? Paraloka yatra nirvahikam. Not only if you are functioning here on this earth, this is the entity that goes to other dimensions, etc. It goes to rebirth, etc. Okay? Other entities, rebirth, etc. This is the entity that goes. Other lokas. Your physical body is left behind here. Why? That is panchikrita bhutas. Therefore, the apanchikrita bhuta is what leaves the body. Okay? And moksha paryantam sthayi. Until you gain moksha, it will be there. After moksha, after gaining this knowledge, when your prarabdha is over, then there is no more function necessary for the linga sharira to be there. It becomes one with consciousness. It dissolves itself into consciousness. Therefore, moksha paryanta sthayi. Okay, until moksha it remains. Mano buddhi ubhayam upetam. Manos buddhi chittam ahankara, all that is there in it. Jnanendriya panchakam, the 5 sense organs. Karmendriya panchakam. Again, as I said last time, remember, these are only golakas. This ability for the eye to see, the perception, what we call, is in your sukshma sharira. That's why transplant, etc. is possible. Why? The sukshma sharira ability is there. If the sukshma sharira ability was not there and was only dependent on the golakas, what will happen? There will be no connection between your sukshma sharira and the new transplant that has been put in. Forget transplant. You can get a robotic eye also nowadays with a camera, etc., attached to the nose, because the perception is still in your mind, you can see through that. All right.
So, Swamiji, if you have somebody else's bulaka, whatever, when you
Yeah.
have a transplant heart, and your body rejects it, what does that
That is purely physical. Your autoimmune system, etc., is not in harmony with that organ that you have got.
It's got nothing to do then with
No,
your
it's not got nothing to do with your
situation.
sukshma sharira. It's purely physical.
Okay.
Acceptance, rejection, etc., is purely physical. Yeah. Okay. And pancha pranas also. You know, somewhere in some book I read, the prana is connected to the body. Yeah, prana is what connects the sukshma sharira to the body. But the prana should be taken along with the sukshma sharira. Otherwise, you will have the question of dead man breathing. Forget dead man walking. Dead man breathing will be there. Okay. Yeah. All right. Who's that? Kavita? Sorry, I can't hear you. Where are you? You have disappeared from the screen.
Got disconnected.
Hmm?
Got disconnected. She got disconnected.
Yeah, I think so. That's what. I can't see her on the this. Yeah, not there even in the second page. It's okay, she'll join in. With that time, you can answer. Okay. So, all right, this is Sukshma Sharira. Okay. And now he quotes. Remember, in a scholastic work, anything you say has to be backed by a pramana or a previous writer. Okay. Therefore, he says, Taduktam pancha prana mano buddhi deshendriya samvitam apanchíkrita bhutebhya sukshmangam bhoga sadhanam. This is a description of the Sukshma Sharira. Okay. Pancha pranaha mano buddhi, sense organs and organs of action both. Apanchíkrita bhutebhya uttam, that which is born with apanchíkrita bhutas. Sukshmangam bhoga sadhanam. Sukshmangam bhoga sadhanam. It is the basis for your experience. It is a means for your experience of the world. Body is considered a counter for experience. This is bhoga sadhanam. Okay? Your sukshma sharira is bhoga sadhanam. We'll see more of that. Okay. Tachadvidam param aparam cha. And linga shariras are twofold. Param cha aparam cha. Param hiranya garbha linga shariram. Param is what? Hiranyagarbha is Linga Shariram. What is Hiranyagarbha? The total cosmic mind, okay? So the total Sukshma Sharira is considered Param. We are all part of that. Here the theory of part and whole works. Okay, we are part of that. And Aparam Asmadikam Linga Shariram. What is Aparam? Your and mine Linga Sharira. Aparam small. Why? You cannot hold Hiranyagarbha's knowledge in your mind. Ishvara's knowledge in your mind, you can't hold it. It will blow your mind off. Your mind is not capable of downloading that. Okay. Yeah. Tatra Hiranyagarbha Linga Shariram Mahat Tattvam. So when you come across words like Mahat Ahankara, Mahat Tattvam, etc., you have to understand it is Hiranyagarbha's Linga Shariram we are talking about. Asmadadi Linga Shariram Ahankara Ityadi Uchyate. And our Linga Shariram is called Ahankara. One word. But the word Ahankara, we take it in two limited sense. It is all this is into this. Why Ahankara includes your feelings, it includes your thinking, it includes your memory, it includes all your concepts, it includes your energies. All that is part of Ahankara. No? So Ahankara is a word that's used as a short form for your Sukshma Sharira, or otherwise known as Linga Sharira. Why Linga Sharira? Because Lingate Anene iti is an indication for the presence of life in a system. This book does not have a Linga Sharira. Why? Because it's not alive. It has a gross body, all right. Sthula Sharira it has got. But no Sukshma Sharira. Yeah. So that is the difference, okay. Okay. Sure, it's simple. This is just. Yeah, no problems. Yeah. Yeah, it is a Sukshma Sharira that lives on death, leaving the Sthula Sharira behind. This is the one that goes to other dimensions. Ihaloka, Paraloka, Gami. What goes to another dimension, etc., is this only. Yeah.
Sometimes the Sita will leave the body
Beg your pardon?
for the white person.
Yeah, the consciousness can be manifest as Chit. Consciousness can be manifest as Chaitanyam, as living only in the body, only because Sukshma Sharira is associated with the body. Consciousness is manifest in this book only as Sat. In this body it is manifested as Chit also. Why? Even the Chit aspect is manifest because there is a Sukshma Sharira, the reflecting medium. The old example I have been giving is silica in the form of sand cannot reflect my face, but the same silica in the form of a mirror can reflect my face. It is not the problem of my face, it is the problem of the reflecting medium. What can reflect or cannot reflect, what can manifest or cannot manifest. Evam tamoguna yuktebhyaha panchīkrita bhūtebhyaha. Now with the tamogunaha, which has undergone through panchīkarnam. Bhūmi, antariksham, swah, maha, janaha, tapaha, satyam, satyatmakasya, urdharoka, saptakasya. From this Panchīkrita Bhutani, you have had what? Bhur-bhuva suvaha, maha, janaha, tapaha, satyam, 7 up. 7 lokas of higher dimensions, each one higher than the previous one. And Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patalakyasya, Adholoka Saptasya. 7 up, 7 down. Down, up and down in terms of experience of Sukha, experiential Sukha. Higher dimensions, greater experience of Sukha. Lower dimensions, greater experience of Dukkha. So you want a holiday home or you want a remand home? A corrective facility. Okay. You cause too much of pain to others, so you must experience some pain. Chalo. Go to Sutalaha. More and more Talatalaha. Vitalaha. Degrees of experiences. Nothing permanent. You pay your price or you get your reward, then Shine Punye Martilokam Vishanti. Shine Pape Api Martilokam Vishanti. Back to base. Martilokaha. Bhuaha. Okay. Bhuhu. Not even Bhuha. Bhuhu. The earth. Okay. It's important to note this, that there is no permanent reward or permanent damage. Nothing is permanent. Okay. Nothing is permanent. Everything is relative. Because it's experiential. I did some good karma, I need a reward for it. Higher pleasures, etc. Chalo, have a break in heaven and come back. I caused too much of pain to others, hey, you need to experience that pain yourself for learning. Therefore, go to lower lokas and are you getting this? It is not nothing permanent. Okay, it's important to understand that. Why it is not permanent? Because born of your karma. Karma phala is finite. You cannot have eternal result for finite karma. Finite karma will give you finite result only. हाँ, थोड़ा आगे पीछे हो सकता है. Yeah. Yeah. 15 minutes of eating, I am full for the next 8 hours. भाई शादी का खाना खाया है. That can happen, but it is still finite. So थोड़ा आगे पीछे हो गए. Yeah. Nothing more than that. Yeah. Iti adhaloka saptakasya brahmandasya. This is called brahmanda. Therefore 14 dimensions. So when you say bhuhu, earth meaning what? The whole cosmos that you can experience on this plane, this time frame dimension. Whether it is on earth, whether it is on the moon, whether it is on Saturn, on Jupiter, Andromeda galaxy, the Centauri, all this is bhulokaha. Okay? That itself is so vast, one dimension. Why am I saying all this? Because I saw, sometimes I like channel surfing, I go into the YouTube to see what all nonsense is put up, Sometimes a lot of sense I get, sometimes I get a lot of nonsense also. So one guy has plotted the placement of heaven with respect to the earth and the Mars and everything. It's supposed to be another dimension. Okay. So इसके लिए सब बोलना पड़ता है. Then in each of these lokas, he says, now he's extrapolating from your experience on earth. On Bhuloka, this is definitely true. Other lokas, we are not sure. What is that? 4 types of life forms. 4 types of life form. What are they? See, 4 types of life forms. It's a classification. You can take all life on earth and classify it in 100 different ways. Vertebrates, invertebrates, one classification. Meaning those who have a backbone, those who don't have a backbone. We are talking literally, not figuratively. Okay. So that is the one classification. Okay. Or earthbound, waterbound. Another classification. It's a question for us how to classify what we want, depending upon our parameters of our study. So similarly here, since we are talking of birth and death, etc., he talks about 4 types of birth. What is that? Okay. Jarayuja, Andaja, Shvedaja, Bishaja, Akhyata, Chaturvida, Sula Sharira, Shariranamcha Utpattihi. 4 types of bodies. What are they? Tatra Jarayujani, Jarayubhyo Jatani. That which is born from a womb, that which is born from another body, like Manushya, Pashwadi Sharirani. Mammals in short. Manushya and Pashu, etc., meaning all mammals, one class of beings, all mammals. Then Andajani, Andebhyaha Jatani, Pakshi Panagadi Sharirani. That which is born of an egg. Birds, reptiles, etc. Therefore, birds, reptiles, etc. are also called Dvijaha, twice born. Why? First they are born as an egg, then they are born as a snake. By the way, the Brahmana is also called Dvija. Okay, I am not saying there is a 1-to-1 equation. Okay. First, the human birth. Second birth is when you put the Yajñopavitam, meaning you are introduced to spiritual studies. That's the idea. That's your second birth. Okay. Andaja, Jayani. Then Shvedajani, Shveda Jatani, Yuka Mashakadi Sharirani. That which requires moisture to be born, born of moisture. Yuka Mashakadini. All these small insects that you see, moss. The moss on trees, where it is born from. Okay? Where? This thing. Viruses, bacteria, etc., all will come under this. Okay? Lice, mosquitoes, etc. Mosquitoes, etc., there are other things also involved in it. But these type of things. Then Udbijani. What is that? Bhumi Udbidya Jatani. That which has to split the earth to come out. Plant life, etc. All types of plant life. Vrikshadinam api Papa Phala Bhoga Yatanatvena Shariratvam. All these Shariras also have various degrees of Papa Bhoga. Human beings, everything was going smoothly here. Why I received that phone call and everything went out of my head, I don't know. Everything was going smooth in the morning, by evening I got a backache. Why, I don't know, some Papa manifesting. Some Papa man. Everything was going smoothly, then things went haywire in my work. Some Papa manifesting. Are you getting the idea? So and lower life forms, more papas. Mammals 1 degree, na, of papa. Yeah. Though
Swamiji,
yeah.
You're saying lower life form, more papas, but
Yeah.
Isn't it that we evolved from the lower to the
That is
human birth?
evolving is only as far as the equipment is concerned, not as far as you are concerned. In the Vedantic perspective, when you're looking at the study of karma, you can go forward and backward. Today, born as a human being. Tomorrow, I may be born as a dog. Third lifetime may be something else. Like this lady lost her husband and she wanted to contact the husband. So she went to someone who was doing a seance. And in the seance, the husband was quite a madcap character. So she was afraid he would have gone to hell or something like that. So the lady contacted. He said, Tom, are you there? Yes, Martha, I am here. How is it there, Tom? Oh, the grass is so green, the sky is so blue, the water is so sweet. My God, Tom, you old rascal, you made it, you are in heaven. Who said I am in heaven? I am born as a buffalo in Texas. So ऐसे भी होता है. Why? Because where is the control over your life? Where is the freedom of choice? Anyone who wants will throw a stone at you, will hit you with a stick. In the West, you don't know, after 2 years you are taken for slaughter because someone wants to eat you. You are not even allowed to roam freely in the farm. Why? Because you have to be fattened up. So even that free roaming as an animal you can't do. What papa karma? Can you see that?
So once you are supposing you have done
You
a lot
finish
of
that.
karma,
You finish the prarabdha karma. Then next life you will be back as a human being most likely.
oh,
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to ask.
but no guarantee.
Only
Because I must have done so much of now my good karma has fructified. So after I strayed, go to heaven. Yeah. Because now the good prarabdha has come up. Chalo, have a good break. You led a dog's life here. Now, come on. Though nowadays dog lives are good lives. Huh? They're treated like babies.
Yeah.
They're
I just
treated
wanted
like
to say
babies.
that. Some of them are very good lives.
Yeah. Anyway, that apart. Okay. So, Papa Karma. Papa Phala Bhoga Ayatananitvam Shariram. Good karma also you enjoy. Because things go well also. No? You get joys in life also. Even an animal has got some joys in life. No? If you're born on earth, it's Mishra Karma. Good and bad both come to you. More good, human being. More bad, animal forms. But it is still within a range. If it is worse, then lower lokas. If it is great, higher lokas. This is the theory of karma. The theory of karma includes this into it. You can't say theory of karma only for this lifetime. It doesn't work. You have to include other dimensions also into it to make it work. Otherwise, it will not work. Yeah. Okay. And all these lokas, there is a return. Okay. All these lokas, you have to understand one thing. There is a return to Bhuloka. Why? Because only in Bhuloka can you gain moksha. Only in Bhuloka you can earn fresh karma. And in Bhuloka, only as a human being, you can earn fresh karma. Why? To earn fresh karma, there has to be freedom of choice and a field of activity where you can choose to achieve something. Other lokas are only meant for bhoga, experiencing, not for freedom of choice and action. You can't go to heaven and become an entrepreneur there. Though some of the movies have come have shown all that, Like God gets a call from Saturn. God gets a call from Saturn. Oh God, you have to help me. So God thought, abhi line mein aa gaya na. The devil has come in line. No. Yes, my son, what after all, devil is a fallen angel. So, yes, my son, what can I do? You have to do something about these gujus that you have sent here. He says, why? They formed a union of all the people with the help of all the Mallus who came. And they started using all my helpers for making samosas and vadas, doklas, etc. They are talking of putting in air conditioning here. Please do something about it. Hell will not be hell anymore. It all sounds nice. It's a good joke. But sorry, entrepreneurship not available in heaven or hell. Only on earth it will be available, okay? Only on earth it will be available. So you have to come back here to earn karma, and only if there is freedom of choice can you choose moksha. Moksha has to be chosen. Yam esha vranate tena labhya. Who chooses it, he gets it. So you have to make the choice. Okay? Does Rakshasas like Ravana on Bhuloka have freedom of choice? Of course they have freedom of choice. They chose to be what they are. In fact, Rakshasas were humanoid creatures. The story goes, in terms of the making of the Rakshasas, that Brahmaji wanted protectors for all the islands that were there on earth. He said, I want some Rakshakas. Don't confuse it with the film. That again is based on true stories of what happened in Hyderabad. There are documentation of it is available. It is declassified and documentations are available. Okay. Though every aspect of it may not be true, but the overall story is true story. It's trending on Netflix and all that thing. No? Yeah. They are in theaters also, I think, Rakshaka. Anyway, he wanted Rakshakas to protect all the islands. So a group of human beings stepped forward and said, Aham Rakshami, I'll be the. So they were called Rakshaka. Rakshakaha tasya apatyam Rakshakaha. The first was Rakshakas, protectors. Their children became Rakshaka. They were what you call as Rakshas. Their job started with protection of the islands and nurturing the island, because life on an island is very difficult. You go to Mauritius or Lakshadweep for a holiday, you enjoy and come. Ask the people who run those places. Oh my God. I know I have students whom I trained in the hospitality industry, especially Hotel Leela, etc. For some 15 years I was training their management trainees. And some of them are posted in these resorts and islands. They say, Swamiji, we are waiting to run away from here. It is too tough. Life on an island is tough. Yeah. So, life is tough. So, that's the origin of the Rakshasas. Then by choice they degenerated, that's a different thing. Yeah. So, like you had a Ravana, you had a Vibhishana also, both. No? You had a Ravana on one side and you had his brother Vibhishana on the other side. Both are so different because both choices were different. Yeah, both choices were different. Yeah. Ravana's grandfather was a rishi. That proves one thing. Your birth means nothing. Your choice means everything. What you choose to be. That's why we have a nice gali in Sanskrit. Okay. Oh, Pandita Putra. Pandita Putra. Son of a scholar. Meaning father was a scholar, son is useless. That's what is implied. So when you hear the word Pandita Putra, take it as a derogatory term. Okay. Yeah. Father was a great scholar. This guy is useless. Unpad Gawar. That's the idea. Yeah. So there are a lot of words like this. So it's the freedom of choice that makes what it is. Therefore, you have to come back to earth. Okay, now he is making a very important statement. Tatra Paramesharasya Pancha Tanmatra Adi Utpattau Saptadasha Avayava Upeta Linga Sharira Utpattau Hiranya Garbha Sula Sharira Utpattau Cha Sakta Kartrutvam. Therefore, Ishvara is directly responsible for the Pancha Tanmatras, Linga Sharirani, Hiranya Garbhasya Shariraha. All this Ishvara is responsible for. Sakshat Kartrutvam. Directly. Itarani Akhila Prapancha Utpatto. After that, whatever has come up in the creation, he says, Hiranya Garbhadi Dwara. It is indirect Kartrutvam through Hiranya Garbha, etc. Why? Ishvara's job is to set up the infrastructure. After that, you do what you want. Up to Hiranya Garbha, okay, fine. After that, let individuals and Hiranya Garbha take over and do what is necessary. मैं तो आराम से बैठा हूँ अभी. Infrastructure is put up. You make what you want out of it. You can make a heaven out of hell or a hell out of heaven. Your choice. Your choice. Do it. Freedom of choice is given. If freedom of choice is given, there you are. Yeah. Hantahamimam tastro devata anene jivan manonu pravesha nam rupe vyakarani iti shrutehe. That's why he says these three, Hiranyagarbha, Virat, etc., Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha, Virat, etc., their bodies I have entered. Then they are responsible for Nama Rupa Vyakarani. They are responsible for it. Okay. Then he says, Hiranyagarbho Nama Murtitrad Anyaha Pratamo Jivaha. See, we normally say Hiranyagarbha we equate to Brahmaji. It's not strictly true. He says, Hiranyagarbho Nama Murtitrayad Anyaha Pratama Jiva. The Pratama Jiva is called Hiranyagarbha. Seva Shariri Pratamaha Seva Purusha Uchyate Adikarchata Bhutanam Brahmagre Samavartataha. He is quoting the Shruti for it. Okay. So, okay. Hiranyagarbha samarvarta agre ityadi shrutehi evam bhuta bhautika srishtihi. Okay, let me clarify this a bit. There are two paradigms here. One is the Vedic paradigm, one is the Pauranic paradigm. Trying to combine both. Vedic paradigm is Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha and all the deities, etc. Manifestation. In the Pauranic paradigm, you look at Ishvara himself in a threefold manner. And say from the standpoint of creation, he is Brahmaji. From the standpoint of sustenance, he is Mahavishnu. And from the standpoint of destruction, he is Rudraha Shiva. This is the Pauranic paradigm. This is the complete Pauranic paradigm. So now we are trying to mix up the Vedic paradigm and the Pauranic paradigm. उधर ही गड़बड़ होता है. Because in the Vedic paradigm, when you say Parameshwara, it stands for Ishvara only. Vishnu Vyapnoti Sarvan stands for Ishvara only. Brahma stands for Ishvara only. Creator. There is only one Ishvara. In the Pauranic paradigm, you separated out the three. When you look at the same Ishvara from the standpoint of creation, you will get Brahmaji. Standpoint of sustenance, you will get Vishnu. From the standpoint of destruction, you will get Shiva. It's a threefold perception of one entity. So now when you are trying to combine it, you will say, okay, Hiranyagarbha was the first person, therefore you will say Brahmaji, etc. That is in an attempt to combine both the paradigms. Because in the paradigm, there are Ekadasha Rudrani. Rudra is Shiva, 11 Shiva. Agni is also Rudra. Those who are doing Rudram Chamakam chanting, how many forms of Rudra are there in each Anuvaka there is a form, no? Look into it, you will get it. 11 forms of Rudra are mentioned. Therefore, whole thing is a different perspective. When the first temple started coming in, the first murti was Lingam. Ishvara was Linga. Why? You put all forms together, you will get this form, one lump. Then you have to represent Maya Shakti also. So the Linga became Shiva, the Pita became Parvati, Shakti. Bas. Ishvara. Consciousness, Maya, both represented. The Vedic paradigm. But when you started, then the 18 Puranas came in. So when the 18 Puranas came in, now you have 18 deities. So in the present worship, our temple culture, there are so many deities. 3 main groups you will find. If you look at a temple, a little bit, I am digressing to give you some information about this. Okay. The kshetras, the place, kshetra means field, the place, will be divided into Shaivam, Vaishnavam, Shaktam. What will be Shaiva? In that type of a place, a Shiva temple is supposed to be put up. If you want to put up a Vishnu temple, you can, but you have to acknowledge Shiva first there. Similarly, you have a place, Vaishnavam, you have to invoke Vishnu. You can put any other deity also, but you have to invoke Vishnu. Then Shaktam, Devi is there. Shaktam is Shakti, Devi. So you can put a Shiva temple if you want, or a Vishnu temple, but you have to acknowledge Devi. How much to acknowledge, etc., your astrological calculations will tell you that. There is a way of calculating that. Will tell you whether you actually have to make a temple or a yantra, etc., will suffice. Like our Nagpur ashram is actually Shakti Sthana. But they put a Shiva temple. But inside the Shiva, they put a yantram for Devi. So when the Shiva worship happens, yantra worship automatically happens along with that. But at least once a year, you are supposed to do a separate Devi puja there. Elaborate tantric Devi puja you are supposed to do. So this is how the temple culture came up. Then there are other deities, they are called Parivara Devatas, but they can be invoked independently also. Like in a Shiva temple, you will always find Shakti also there. After all, wife, no? How can you have a temple to Shiva without Parvati being there? If it's a linga, then the pita is enough. Or you will keep a separate murti. Then you will put Ganesha and Kartikeya. Or you can put Ganesha separately also. A temple for Ganesha, where you are invoking Ganesha as Ishvara. Kartikeya, like if you go to our Coimbatore temple, Coimbatore ashram, there is a temple of Kartikeya. Right on top, you have to climb 100 steps to reach there. It is there. Separate temple only for Kartikeya. Only for Hanumanji you have temples. Only Hanumanji. Otherwise you will put him along as Parivara Devata in a Vishnu temple. After all, Ramadasaha, Ramadutaha. So he will be put there. So these are various ways of looking at it. Okay. These all became Pauranic in its form. In the olden way of looking at it, the Vedic way of looking at it, there were no temples. All invocation was with respect to Agni. How you invoke it in the Agni. So what yantra you will draw, what mantras you will use will define your puja. Okay. Just as a added information. Okay. So this is how you are combining both the paradigms. Any questions on this, or it is okay? Like in the land that we have picked up for the ashram, you have to put a Devi temple there. But all our ashrams have Shiva Dakshinamurti. So we have to do at least 2 Garbhagrahas there now. Like how in Coimbatore also it has happened. If you go to Coimbatore temple, or ashram temple, there is Dakshinamurti and behind there is Devi also. That's another way of doing it. Another way of doing that. So, methodologies exist. What is your paradigm? Vedikaha or Pauranicaha? Now, I want to digress again a little bit here, because these are all things that come up in modern society. There is a great teacher, very popular teacher, who goes about saying, a temple is not a place of prayer. A temple you are supposed to go and sit and absorb the energies. Have you ever seen a temple anywhere in India where prayers don't happen? These type of statements are made because people don't understand the Shastra. And he proudly claims, I have not read any Shastra. Now, it is true, there will be energies, very highly positive spiritual energies in every temple. Again, in the temple, the energies will depend upon how the pratishtha is done. So, the tantric pratishtha, you will find the highest energies. But the tantric pratishtha is difficult to maintain, because there has to be a certain ritualistic coding about it, not easy to maintain. Or a Vedika pratishtha, which is a bit easier to maintain, but again high energies. So in both these temples, the energies that are available there depends upon the pratishtha and the devotion of the people, especially the pujari and the other people also who do the puja there. The energies keep multiplying. Then there is a third pratishtha called the Loka Vyavahara pratishtha. A group of people decided, अरे यार इधर हम लोग एक मंदिर बना देगा. We'll make a mandir here. They put a mandir. चलो. Shivji है इधर. They got a stone from the river bank. Looks like a linga. Put it there. But the devotion of the people was so high. The devotion of the people is so high that Ishvara is everywhere. Ishvara manifested there as well because of the devotion of the people. There are some temples which are very powerful like this. In Bombay, I have seen one temple like this, the Babulnath temple. These are the temples where you can go and do anything you want. You can go hug the Murti, pour whatever you want on top of the Murti. No, do whatever you want. Whereas in a Vedika temple, only a handful of people will go inside. In a Tantrika temple, only the main priest can go inside, nobody else. So these are the various types of pratishthas and how the energies come up. Okay. Now, this Acharya is saying that it's not a place of prayer. It is always a place of prayer. Why? Your devotion opens up your heart to receive the energy. So you're sitting or standing in front of the Murti and praying. Your heart is opened up. That emotion opens up your heart to receive all the energies better than quietly sitting down. Yeah, you can quietly sit down and meditate. If you're meditating also, you're open to the energies. But to dismiss that it is not a place of prayer is something completely wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Because it's simple logic. When you pray, sing a bhajan, etc., your heart opens up. You will receive the energies better. So, don't go just to a temple. That's why, if you look at Hindu temples, they say there will be a sign put up. This is a place of worship, not a tourist spot. You're not supposed to go to Puri, look around everything. Acha, we थोड़ा बैठ के देखिएगा और फिर आ जाएगा. No. That you can do where there no puja, etc. Like go to Ellora caves, Ajanta caves. There you can do like that. It's a huge temple, beautiful temple, but no worship is taking place there. Yeah. There you can go as a tourist, but there also you find bhaktas going. Their whole attitude is very different when they enter the temple. Even though the tourist place, they'll all leave their footwear outside. Hey, it's a tourist place. Why can't you walk in with footwear? Touristy, you know. Temple, don't take your footwear inside. Maintain a certain sanctity. That's how it is. Whereas if you are only supposed to go and sit and receive the energies, what difference does it make whether you wear footwear or not? Are you getting the idea what I am trying about? So, that is why they say in a tantric temple, other temples is okay, in a tantric temple, don't go during that 4 days of the month, don't go. Why? In those 4 days, apana vayu is at work. Okay? Apana vayu is vayus that are throwing out all the negativities from your system. And a temple, what works is prana vayu and udana vayu, uplifting. So both the vayus will be clashing, you will have problems. Temple won't have problems. You will have problems. You will have problems. Hormonal imbalances, etc. If it is a tantric place. But you don't know which is tantric, which is Vedic, etc. Therefore, they say don't go to all temples. But actually, this is applicable only for tantric temples. Okay. Because tantric temples' energies are very powerful. Okay. Plus, the sanctity of the place are mentioned. You don't want interminglings of different types of energies. Therefore, they say keep it like that. That is all. There is no other thing. It is not that you are unclean, you are this thing, you have to be kept out, etc. All that is nonsense. Okay? All that is just orthodoxy that has come around. This is what is happening there. Different types of energies at work, therefore, will create problems for you. Therefore, don't go. It is nothing to do in terms of being patriarchal or anti-woman. It's got nothing to do like that. Yeah. It's simple in terms of what benefits or doesn't benefit. Yeah. It has got nothing to do with equality, differences, nothing. Yeah. This is fact of life, that's all. And this problem comes up because of Vedic paradigm and the Puranic paradigm, we are mixing it up today. Because that's the reality of today's worship. Okay? And the Puranic form was introduced because in Kali Yuga, it's very difficult to do all the Vedic worship. It's easier to walk into a temple and pray rather than doing as a Brahmana, especially if you are a Brahmana who has received the Yajnopavata, etc., you are supposed to do Agnihotram every day. Believe me, it's easier to walk into a temple and come out after praying there rather than doing Agnihotra at home, even though that Agnihotra takes only 20-25 minutes. But the preparation, getting all the samagris and lighting the fire, किधर से करेगा? घर में जगह किधर है? And it should be open to the sky, etc. That's why olden houses had the center area open. It is called the Brahmasthanam. You wouldn't build anything in the center. Vastu came out of all this. So it's easier to do the Pauranic than the Vedic. Therefore, in Kali Yuga, in Satya Yuga, is Pauranic Puja comes under subject of Tantric Puja. Yeah, in Pauranic Puja, the whole thing is Pauranic. Then there are whole weight of variations. I am not going to teach the whole thing here, okay? Not possible. Yeah. So Tantric, the source of Tantric thing is the Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda is not used for, Atharva Veda mantras are not used for Vedic sacrifices. Vedic sacrifices, the mantras used are from Rig, Yajush and Samaha. Atharva Veda is chanted at the end for the Arti, etc. But in the direct Homa, it is not used. That's why the Atharva Vedi priest becomes the overseer, the manager who looks at everything and sees it's going proper or not. But the source of Tantra is there in the Atharva Veda. Therefore, this is a whole body. Because we are talking about the subject matter of Vedanta and it digressed into all this, I also digressed a bit so that people have some idea what the whole thing is about. Okay. Then after this, he goes into, he has talked about the creation, how the reversal will happen, dissolution will happen, pralaya will happen. Srishti हो गया, pralaya भी होना चाहिए ना. Sthiti we are all experiencing right now. Na? See, creation we are not experiencing, where we experience. Creation, the whole thing I am talking about, Srishti. We are not experiencing. Sthiti we have experienced. Right now, what is going on. Then Pralaya. So Pralaya is going to talk about. Okay. So they mention in terms of how many years Kali Yuga, how many years, if someone wants to find it out and put it up on the group, they are welcome to do so. Okay. I am not going to spend my time and energies on finding out how many years, how much of this, etc. But we will see. Okay, kya hai, kya nahi. Some idea he gives here. But don't try to make it equated historically, it won't work. Okay, historically it won't work. Then Rama should be more than 1 lakh years old. Not 7,000 years as they talk about in the historically. Yeah. So it won't work. So that is in terms of dissolution. Yeah. Oh, very nice. Then why the Shastra is talking about all this? Also very nice, interesting thing. But that we will see next class, okay? Good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.